We are talking about Bitcoin 100,000. That is correct. It's going to come. If it's not now, it's 100% sure. Our conversation next week might be about Goldman Sachs, which is everyone's dream job. I'll take care of that for you. We will talk about some agar news, the Ripple program, hear from Charles Schwab, and try to figure out what Senator Lummis is trying to say. Then we will talk about why we are talking about Goldman Sachs. That's right. Without further ado, please take a seat and let's launch into a talk of Bitcoin. It's down at 98.544 right now, 28% more than the day before. The price of Ethereum will reach 3,361. It's up 58% right now. Cardano will change when USDT and USDC reach dollar deals and $0.99 and not before. XRP, a Dogecoin, will cause BNB to change and Ethereum will go down again. Write my words on that below Solana. The price of XRP is $0.154 right now. If I had to, I might say not sure we would never have to talk about XRP being in the same range again, which is a huge factor. How do you feel about it? It makes me feel cold inside. It's up 3.38% right now. Thanks for your time. I'd like to scroll down because XLM has been acting strangely lately and has been moving faster than XRP. This is fine with me because the mistake was only $0.44 on average. Polkadot is eventually making a bit of a run right now. It was up over 90% in last month's Chainlink and is now worth $17.17. You already know that I'm a great link holder. However, Polkadot was stuck below $5 for a long time, especially since they work with Swift. That's a great sign for HBAR $0.15 in your next run up, or push it into the $0.30 area, telling the Segway is a big powerhouse. This trustworthy coin puts out a chart. He says that HBAR looks good right now. He thinks that the most important resistance on the chart is between $0.18 and $0.25, so be careful. If we break that all-time high, it might or might not happen right away. It might take a few tries to get out of that range, but it will rip as soon as it does. Let me explain what I mean. The thing about this man that bothers me about cryptocurrency and people who don't know much about it, this was officially talked about, and he said that 23% of idiots agree with them that they can make more money by buying Chainlink at $15 after getting just one share. The character used to buy XRP for $149, but now it's not even a portion. Feel free to take one coin. How many XRP do you have? What matters is that you get $15, not how many points you get. Let's do some math no matter what the end price is. If you have a single chain link and have just finished a 3x and an XR has just finished a 2x, but you have extra XRP cash, which is how you're making extra cash. Having said that, it's clear that the same amount of money is being put into each product right now. You will have a lot more XRP at the end if you put $100 into each than into Chainlink of Root. XRP will go to $3 and a 2x, but Chainlink will go to $45 and do a 3x. What will be worth more? This math is very simple. People who think this way, like parents, I'm not sure if it's for fun, which I hope it is, or because it's scary. And I thought that way when I first started out in cryptocurrency because I could see property, and you already know my Chainlink tail. If I had put $50 into both XRP and XRP at that time and made a sequence link, I would have had $15 million. When I first bought XRP, I could have had $7.5 million, but I didn't give up. I thought, well, I'm going to get more XRP here. I'm going to get more XRP right here while I was looking to diversify over the last 2 bull runs I've had. That being said, it doesn't matter how many tickets you have. What matters is how much money you get back. It's really that simple. The blocking of Bitcoin is very clear. Remember, you heard me say that if it goes over 100,000, it will immediately go up to around 108 million to 115 billion. We'll send it lumens after that. In 20 years, she plans to buy 1 million Bitcoins to pay off our bill. What do you want to say about how Bitcoin will reach $250,000? It's really simple. Listen to this. A Bitcoin magazine recently has articles about proposition and reality. In an article about the strategic Bitcoin reserve, Senator Alamis of Wyoming said that it is a small idea with huge promise. So let's welcome Cynthia Lummis, who is a Republican senator. And let's start with the list. That's you, and I know you love it. With laser eyes, you can look great, by the way. The Bitcoin Act of 2024 needs to be talked about. Building up a smart Bitcoin reserve is the most important thing for many people. Some people, though, wonder why we might need one of these parts. Now, Charles, let me start by congratulating you on your most recent book, of which I have actually read. Charles, one of the things you talked about in your guide is how important it is to have a lot of assets. I loved it without a question and would recommend it to anyone. Bitcoin could be useful as part of our strategic reserves because we know it can be used to store value and find it in the long run. We have gold and oil stores that are important to us. That's why I think it's okay. Cryptocurrency like Bitcoin is definitely something that you need to have as a long-term fund. That Bitcoin, which is now thought of as digital gold, in our reserves, they need to be kept safe. Because of this, I'm suggesting in the Bitcoin Act that we buy about 200,000 Bitcoin every year, essentially in place of cash. Between now and then, we might have an advantage. The fee for this is going up while the value of our own dollar is going down. We have already put money into Bitcoin and could keep it for 20 years. We could cut in half our debt if we did that with, say, 5% of all the Bitcoins that will ever exist, or about 1 million Bitcoins. As the world's main currency, we could also back the US dollar. That helps us out. Protect us foreign currency and ourselves from inflation around the world. Because you have owls here, you should protect the US dollar all over the world. How funny that all of a sudden, when it comes to cryptocurrency, they're all talking about it as if they were the most knowledgeable person in the room. That's why we came in first. As I officially said, this could be the last bull cycle ever, and we will have gained by getting in before it ends. Why does that happen? It looks very clean. Do you think that the governments will be a part of your study if the companies are? Do you think they might lose 90% of all their assets? No, there is no chance that they will do what they want to do, which is to change the cryptocurrency markets to act better like the stock markets. James Rule first brought this up. Charles Schwab and the person who will be CEO of Schwab in the future say they expect crypto laws to change and are looking forward to working with the next SEC chair. That's why it's so big while this is still out in the distance. Over 33,000 people work for Charles Schwab as of October of this year. The company had a net income of $1.41 billion in general user assets worth $9.92 trillion. A 27% rise from the oil before. Charles Schwab and Fidelity are planning to get into the market for cryptocurrencies. This is what you call Robin and NASDAQ, JP Morgan. People, we need to know how Tree is starting their XRP, and they are all coming. I'm sorry, I paid for ETP in Germany and Switzerland. At the same time, France and the Netherlands are making it easier for people to use cryptocurrency to pay for things. At the same time, well-known Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse shows off a lot of information about the XRP network and talks about how the Dream Team Treasury Secretary was put together by Trump. Trump wants Scott Bessent to be the U.S. Treasury. Do you think everything is coming together? Take note of what's written on the wall. Do you see that the person who controls the market is holding back Bitcoin so that you don't break through the big mental barrier that is at 100,000? Is it clear that XRP is waiting for its next move out of its range of 150 to 175? What do you notice about the sudden drop in the value of all cryptocurrencies from $2.3 trillion to $1.4 trillion? Brad Garlinghouse thought that his statement that the value would rise to $4.5 trillion by the end of the year would not come true.